What's up guys, Mickle here, and in my video last night I talked about just how high I personally think XRP could go, and over the long term I said I could definitely see XRP hitting 3 digits. Now a lot of people came out and said, how could XRP possibly go that high? What problem is XRP actually disrupting that could cause it to have a valuation that high? In this video I want to break down exactly why XRP could reach those valuations, and it's not just going to be me saying it. I want to show you some critical clips of David Schwartz explaining just how big this problem they are solving really is. I think after watching this video, you're going to have a much better understanding of exactly just how much market valuation XRP could demand in the future and give you a great idea of exactly why I think this asset can skyrocket so much. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. If you enjoy these videos, make sure to take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It's really going to help me out so much. Also, if you ever need a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my favorite exchange, Uphold, down in the description of this video. Uphold is currently giving away 50,000 XRP. Guys, that giveaway is almost over. Do not miss your chance to win it. Go sign up in the link in the description of this video for Uphold. With that said though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So like I said in the intro, I want to start out this video and just let David Schwartz to really explain the problem in the financial system and also how XRP is suited to solve it. I think this is something a lot of people really look over. They kind of forget that our entire banking infrastructure is completely broken. It barely works, and every single outdated technology in the world today is being disrupted. Look at what Uber did to the taxi industry. Look at what the internet did to sending information. Right now, we are completely upending the system of moving value. The rails to our financial system are breaking down, they're old and outdated, and they need to be updated. Cryptocurrency is the perfect solution to update our banking rails, and David Schwartz is going to explain this perfect for in the rails. And in the two clips I'm about to show you, David Schwartz is going to explain to you exactly why cryptocurrencies are needed in the world and how big this problem really is. This is so important to understand because, like I said in my video last night, in order for XRP to really hit the numbers I think it can hit one day into 3 digits, it needs to be solving a massive problem. If there is no problem for XRP to disrupt, if there is no problem for XRP to actually be the solution to, well, then there wouldn't really be a point in it. It wouldn't need a high valuation. In order for XRP to hit these valuations, it needs to be solving something big. It needs to be a game changer, and I want you to listen to David Schwartz say it himself, because that way you don't have to take my word for any of this. You don't have to put any trust in me. Listen to one of the smartest engineers in the cryptocurrency space telling you exactly what's wrong with the system and how XRP can fix it.
How many of you know the difference between payment and settlement? Not too many? Oh, a couple. All right, so let me just give you just a high level on this. I go to a restaurant and I pay with my Visa card, and they let me go and they don't call the police saying that I left without paying for my food. That's a payment. But I still have to pay my credit card bill, and somebody still has to wire money to the restaurant, right, or ACH or whatever payment system they use. That payment has not been settled. Traditionally, payment and settlement have been completely bifurcated into completely separate systems. SWIFT is a payment system that doesn't do anything with settlement. And the problem with that is it makes it hard to do a good payment because, like, you don't know if the recipient, you can't check the validity of the recipient. You don't know necessarily what the fees are going to be, what the exchange rate's going to be when the payment settles. So we built a system that, and the only reason they've been separated in institutional payments is historic. These systems date back from the old days when people had giant wheels of magnetic tape, and the tape was like on the bank's transaction computer during the day, and someone would physically carry it over to the settlement computer that talked to the other banks at night. And there was no way to settle during the day because the tape had to be on the computer that was handling the bank's transactions. It had to go to the settlement computer when it was done. I'm not joking. I'm serious. If you look at your glitzy, like, front-end application for your bank, and it's all really cool, and you can access it on your phone, and it's all really, it's 21st century, but you scratch just a couple of layers below the surface, and it's like you took a time machine. If you're lucky, you're in the mid to late 70s. Like, that's when these systems that plumb the movement of money were built, and they are breaking down. Even if blockchain completely fails, even if all cryptocurrencies are a bust, the payment world is going to change because it's terrible.
Payments are a multi-trillion-dollar problem. And it seems like cryptocurrencies are just naturally suited to make payments better. And specifically, we kind of focused on cross-border international payments, not because domestic payments are great, but because cross-border payments are the worst. Like if you, anyone who's made an international payment probably has stories of bad experiences. And so the worse the thing you start with, the less amazing you have to be better. And I think we can eventually be amazing and sort of take over the payments world, but we're not going to be there day one. And so if we can't succeed against the worst part of the problem, why are we bothering? And so that was kind of the very earliest focus. And I think that kind of matured between 2011 and 2014, this kind of focus of like, we really need to solve payments. Like and if you think about any other use case, you think about an NFT. Well, I want to buy it and I want to sell it. Think about a loan. Well, I want to pay the loan back and I want to get paid like the amount of money I borrowed. Like all of these other use cases need great payments. And so we just sort of laser focused in on payments.
So there you have it. David Schwartz directly tells you that our banking system is outdated and broken. We need better, more efficient ways to move money all around the world, and cryptocurrencies can offer that solution today. So now all we need to look at is what cryptocurrencies can actually solve this problem. What cryptocurrencies are actually being implemented to change the movement of value all around the world. And this is no small thing, guys. This is hundreds of trillions to quadrillions of dollars every single year. It's a complete replumbing of the financial system. Well, just take a look at the biggest cryptocurrency right now, Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin barely has any volume on it, and it's suffering from massive fee escalation. $20 fees on the Bitcoin network. Do we really think that could ever handle all the world's value? Do we really think banks are ever going to adopt a network where they have to pay outrageous fees for every transaction, wait 10 to 15 minutes? No, of course not. And then if you look at the next biggest cryptocurrency, Ethereum, it has the same issues. Next up on the list, pretty much you have XRP. So right there, we already have XRP as a clear front runner for what institutions are going to pick when they start building these new rails. Well, what else do we know? We know that Ripple has hired the team in order for these big institutions to actually adopt this technology. This is something almost no other crypto project is doing. Almost every single crypto project out there is screaming down with the banks, down with the institutions. We want to upend the system. We don't want anyone with banking experience. We don't want anyone with payment experience. We want young people who want to tear this whole thing down. Guys, that is not the strategy that's going to win. In order to capture all the world's value, in order to replumb the financial system, you need to work with the repositories of value. And that's why Ripple is hiring people like Craig Phillips. He worked at Morgan Stanley and BlackRock his entire career. He worked with the Treasury of the United States. That's why they hire people like Rosie Rios, a former treasurer. That's why they hire people like Sandy O'Connell, former JP Morgan. That's why they hire people like Michael Barr, former Federal Reserve and current Federal Reserve. These people understand how to work with these big institutions, and these people understand how to implement these next generation payment systems. So it's very easy for me to look at the top two cryptocurrencies, say these two cryptocurrencies can't solve the problem at hand, and then look at XRP, which technologically can solve the problem at hand, and also has the people behind it to implement it. I say this all the time on my channel. XRP is never going to be the fastest cryptocurrency. It's never going to be the most technologically advanced cryptocurrency, but it doesn't need to be. It just needs to be better than what the institutions have today, and it needs to have the people to actually get the institutions to adopt the technology. Almost every single project out there does not have the people to actually cause the change. They do not have the people to get in the back rooms and show these institutions exactly how they can use this technology to transform their flows. It is so hard for big institutions to really wrap their head around how disruptive this technology is, and that's why you need teams like Ripple is building. I hope this gives you a much better perspective of exactly what Ripple is out to solve and how XRP is so uniquely positioned to be the solution. There are so many different cryptocurrencies out there, but very few are even close to positioned how XRP is positioned. It is positioned perfectly to be these new rails that David Schwartz talks about the world needing so badly, and they have built the team to do it. I cannot stress that part enough. You can have the best technology in the world. If you don't have the team, if you don't have the connections, it's never going to take off. I want to finish this video off and just quickly talk about one last thing. It looks like we are not going to get a Bitcoin spot ETF this week. There were some rumors circulating about that being possible, but the SEC is now working with exchanges to actually get these products properly filed. This is something that was not happening before. The SEC was just pushing back on everything. It looks like the SEC is now working with these issuers to actually get these things in a place where they can be approved. To me, it looks like we are going to have a spot Bitcoin ETF at least by the very early stages of next year, maybe early January. And to me, this is the signal of the next bull market. I think we're already in the next bull market. Prices have already been going up for a while, but I think this is going to be the thing that really sends things exponential. We had prices rising on a lot of the news around this being approved, then kind of the approval stagnated and we didn't get anything. I think once this approval goes through, we are going to see a rush of liquidity back in. So get ready, guys. I think we're close to some very exciting times. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much. And for now, Mickle out.